Welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently with all of our own systems here. So I'll go through a little bit about what makes us special, and then we'll pass it over to Kyle, our COO. He'll go over a little back-end demo of how the software actually works. And then we'll close it out with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 28 years of experience, bringing it all together for the traditional loan officer here. So let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen. And we'll walk through our join page here and explain a little bit more about what we mean. So we come from a marketing and technology background, a little bit different than your regular bankers here. So we're all about building a platform and software for everybody to succeed. And obviously it's all built off leads. So unlimited free leads for all of our team, powered by our software, which is CRM, POS, LOS, everything in one, which you'll see in a second. And it has AI integrated as well. So what really makes us different before we go into the bullet points, as I mentioned before, we're non-delegated correspondent, but we want to make sure we provide a platform for you guys, since we're from a different world here, to scale your business instantly, basically. So our platform will allow you to get more leads, whether that's our leads, our company leads, which Kyle will show you, or you want to generate your own leads. You can plug into our system and generate more business from what you're already doing. So we want to make sure we provide a platform for you guys to grow and expand on what you already have going on. So let me explain a little bit more about what we mean. First off, the business model. So we are non-delegated correspondent. That is the best platform for what we do. We started this as a FDIC bank about 5 years ago when we started working on this plan. Went to a broker model, non-del model, and delegated model. We found that non-delegated correspondent is the best, and we're currently approved with over 120 lenders and investors. What that really means is we can do the best of both worlds. We can do brokered loans when we need to, or we can do correspondent loans, whatever is best for our borrower. Typically, that's going to be a correspondent loan. That means we're going to fund the loan with our own money in our own name. And we have over 5,000 loan programs where we are the lender with the 34 correspondent investors that we have on our list. Now, the correspondent pricing is always going to beat broker pricing, even at the same outlet for the same exact program, because we're funding the loans with our own money, using our own law firm to prep docs, taking that extra risk, and then getting that extra reward of lower rates and pricing, which we can then pass on to our customers. Now, if there's any reason where we can't do the loan with our correspondent investors that we have, or there's some reason there's a specialty loan, no problem. We have over 110 other outlets where we can do specialty type of loans. So what that means for you guys and your customers, every loan that you can imagine, all your standard stuff, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, typically we fund all of that in-house with our own lines. And then once we go a little bit outside the box, commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, any fix and flip type stuff, we'll typically partner with a wholesale lender. So whatever is best for our customers. And we have the AI built in as well. So we call our AI assistant Calvin, the AI loan officer assistant. He's going to push you through, help you with conditions, all that kind of good stuff, give you tips along the way. Now let's get into more of the technology, the platform that we built. So we built every line of code for what you're about to see here, which includes the site that you're looking at right now. So everything starts on the website, which has the AI integrated, the POS, CRM, LOS, all of that built in. This is software built for us, by us, for loan officers, by loan officers. And really what it means for you and your customers, one login for you, one login for your customer. For those that have been in the industry for a while, if you have 200 partners, you're going to have 200 logins. Gets a little crazy. So our prospects can instantly flow from name, email, phone number to pulling their own live rates, putting their own 1003 in the system, pulling their own credit, their own liabilities are all set up in the Encompass-based platform, but you don't have to log into Encompass. Actually, we'll explain that here in a second. We also have our rates integrated, so you can get rate quotes from our 5,000 plus loan programs instantly. And the beauty is when you use one of our correspondent rates where we have it mapped, we can do automatic requotes when the rates update, especially in the times we have right now where rates are fluctuating daily. And we can do all this with our API integration. So over 50 integrations with all of the partners you're used to. But again, you don't have to log in or have a login or go click anywhere else but inside our system. So Encompass, you can operate inside our system. Optimal Blue, pricing just at the click of a button. Meridian Link does all the credit stuff at the click of a button. Account check, VOA, VOI at the click of a button. Appraisal works, 5 AMCs at the click of a button. No more 5 logins needed. And you get the point, for everything is integrated at the click of a button. We also have instant business cards and flyers, so instant promotions. Once you plug into the system, put your picture up there, you instantly get all the marketing materials you need to get some business there. We can also capture leads from people that come to your website, even if they don't fill out a form. So you can know if some of your customers are maybe re-engaging some of your materials. And we can automate your social media. So again, once you plug in, get your picture set up, those promotions will automatically post for you and generate leads for you with your custom link automatically. We have our Calvin AI built in for dual Oz. Lots of places have dual Oz, Fannie and Freddie side by side, DU and LP, but we also do an AI analysis to compare them side by side and see which may be better for your borrower. And then, of course, we have development staff to implement new features. We do an update pretty much every week. So anytime you have an idea, please put that in the team center. Now let's get into the trainings. We found on all the different platforms, training was definitely lacking. And since we're all remote based, we want to make sure we have everything available at your fingertips. So remote based learning center, more of a classroom, and also daily live training. So the classroom style training you can do anytime, 365 days a year, 24/7, jump in there, take some courses, do some learning, upgrade, whatever you need to do. And then we also do everyday different podcast style live training. So we do our live rates 5 days a week. We do our sales trainings, and we also do deep dives into loan officer topics, more like conditions and loan setup, all that kind of great stuff. We do that publicly as a podcast, but of course, everybody on our team joins as well. We also have our live Zoom support. Since we're all remote, we want to make sure we're able to get face-to-face with everybody, get them unstuck. So even though we're not in an office, we still have the Zoom support. You can go in there, they can take over your screen and click the buttons for you. We also have our knowledge center with thousands of articles, not just from us, but our partners. So with over 100 different partners, we want to have all the tips, tricks, guidelines, matrices, videos, all kinds of great resources in one spot from hundreds of partners. And we have our Calvin built in to search all of the compliance for federal and state regulations for the states we're licensed in. So you can ask Calvin compliance a question that may be compliance related if it's after hours or something like that. And the last set of bullets here, just some of the things that we like to highlight. We're definitely very passionate about the first one, DSCR business purpose loans, our favorite loans. We can do those in over 44 states, so you don't necessarily have to get more licenses to do those great loans that we love to do. We have all kinds of different ways we get leads. Kyle will show you the different ways those pop in, but we want to make it a simple 50-50 split. We'll show you the comp here in a second. And we want to make sure, again, that everybody understands we're going to automate your lead generation at scale. So whether that's setting up your own campaigns or using our webhook to import your current leads that you already have set up, we want to make sure we have the ability for you to generate leads at scale instantly. You can also refer deals to your team members for 75 basis points. Just click a button. If you're uncomfortable, you have a conflict of interest, maybe you've never done that loan before, click the button. You still earn some great commission while you learn that new loan type. Maybe it's in a state you're not licensed, etc. Instant payroll is available. We're a lender, so there is a little bit of a delay, but for those of you coming from the broker world, there is an instant payroll option we have. You can request that. And no monthly fees, no hidden fees, no desk fees, no technology fees, nothing like that. We want to make sure it's very straightforward and what you see is what you get. And extra bonus, since we're all remote based, we still want to make sure we get a chance to see everybody face to face. So we have our annual VIP retreat here in Miami where we can see everybody, and we'll pay for your hotel room for any of the MLOs that are generating business. We want to make sure we get face to face at least once per year. Now, if anybody drops off, you can feel free to watch the replay here. We post the video. Let's get into the compensation plans and explain this, and then we'll get into Kyle's section. So first up, senior loan officer. Obviously, everybody's goal is to become fully self-sufficient, learn our systems, and wear their broker hat and correspondent hat at the same time. It's a little bit difficult. Once you do, we have amazing commission, 225 basis points. That's 225 basis points on conventional non-QM, the stuff we're used to. That's 2.25% for those not familiar. And again, 50-50 split. So try to make it simple here. 112.5 basis points on any company leads for conventional non-QM, the stuff most of us do. And that's 1.125%. Now, our senior loan officers obviously get everything that everybody does, but the features that are just for them, they're going to receive those referral leads from their team. So not only are these leads, these are actual referrals from your teammates, right? Maybe their spouse, maybe it's a license or a state license issue where they don't have that state license. Maybe it's their first fix and flip loan and they want to partner with a senior loan officer. Those are going to come not only with a ready, willing, able client, but a teammate to help you out. Of course, our senior loan officers are going to have access to all the lead sources at a 50-50 split. Kyle will show you some different ways those come in. And our senior loan officers, once you're up and running, again, we want to get as much back to you as we can because we're building a platform for you guys to excel. So 25 basis point bonus for anything over 2 million volume for those of you rocking and rolling. And for those of you who like to teach, you can earn more teaching by being a team leader, helping structure files, helping disclose files for those of our team members who may not be able to do that themselves. Help structure those deals for 25 basis points. Now, to be a senior loan officer, you need some experience. So we have this here in the fine print, 6 loans in the last 12 months. Just make sure you understand how correspondent works, how broker work. Go ahead and take that test and you can upgrade to senior loan officer as soon as you have some experience, and you can pass all of the courses. Now everybody will start as loan officer. You can still rock and roll for 150 basis points on conventional non-QM, the stuff we're used to. That's 1.5%. And if you take a company lead when you're getting started, that's 75 basis points for company leads on conventional non-QM. That's 0.75%. So you'll still have access to all the non-delegated and brokered outlets we have with 120 different outlets. You'll still get the instant website where you can start generating leads, your full-time LO, all the great stuff. You'll have the AI assistant to help you out. Access to all the different leads. Kyle will show you here in a second at a 50-50 split. And if for any reason you're uncomfortable or need to partner up or don't have a state license, again, click that button. You can still earn 75 basis points working with a teammate here. We are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes, and our team can originate, since it's 44 total DSCR, right? 21 additional states business purpose there without necessarily having to get licensed. So great opportunity to expand your footprint. So that's how the comp plan works. Hopefully that makes sense. When you're ready to join, just click the button. But let's pass it over to Kyle, who can show how everything works on the back end.
All right, thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so just a little glimpse onto the back end here. This is our CRM, and just like any other CRM, you can take your notes and send your emails and text messages. You can even click a button to have our AI assistant, Calvin, craft your emails and text messages for you. You can set reminders for yourself. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically email them and text them over time. But what really starts to separate our system apart here is our quoting system. So with just a few pieces of info here, you can click a button to pull all of our rates through our Optimal Blue API and pull up all the different rates from all of our different investors. And within a couple of minutes, you can send your client a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, where they can see their different rate choices you selected for them. They can see what these things mean here. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info here, does the monthly breakdown of the taxes, insurance, all that kind of stuff here, as well as the estimated lender fees. And then it has you here as the loan originator, and then it has your realtor here as well. I don't know why the picture isn't showing up here for my test. Sorry about that. I didn't upload a picture, but there'll be a picture of your realtor here, right? So, great branding here for your realtors. They know if they send you clients, you can quote them within minutes. You can also attach them to the quote, and you're going to, kind of keep them in front of their client saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Now, what's really great about this is your client can go ahead and click Start Loan Application, and that's going to take them right to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they can start their 1003. They fill out their whole 1003 here in our system. They don't have to log in anywhere else. It's going to ask them for the documents we're going to need. They can see their loan info here. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at, which automatically updates as you go through the process on your end. So that's what it looks like to the client. Now, let me show you what it looks like on your end once the client has submitted their application. So on your back end, notice this is 100% complete. That's why it's green here. And now that they've submitted their application, what we do is we instantly and automatically pull the credit. And so by the time you click the Encompass API here on our back end, and as Nick said, we are going to do it in our system here. The 1003 is already imported in here. The credit is already pulled and imported in here. The liabilities are already imported. So everything is here in the system ready for you to do the loan. Now, just real quick to point out here, our dual Oz, like Nick said, our dual automated underwriting system here, where you can order Fannie and Freddie automated underwriting with the click of a button. And not only can you run them both at the same time, but our AI is going to pull them up side by side and do a comparison of them for you. Now, once you're actually doing the loan, you'll also get your actual conditions here, right? So you'll be able to see the conditions. You'll be able to either upload documents to fulfill the conditions or dispute the conditions or whatever the situation may be. So everything is all here in this system from start to finish. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place, right? So we're going to be sending you text messages all day with live leads that are coming in from our ad campaigns. So those go out via text. You can click the link, you claim it, and you're able to call them right away. So that's the first and foremost way that we send you leads. Another way that we provide you leads is with our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer, and just like any other auto dialer, you can call a few hundred people in a day, press one button to drop an automated text and email to them, and then you can move on to the next call. And we provide you the leads in here. So notice how many leads we have in here, everything from foreign national to DSCR leads, as well as even cold call lists and realtor call lists and all kinds of different leads in here. So you always have leads to call here in our auto dialer. Now, another way that you can work leads here in our system is that you can actually purchase your own campaigns. So the same leads that we're giving you from our ad campaigns on a 50-50 split, you can actually purchase them up front and not have to pay the 50-50 split, right? So we'll give you leads all day on a split, but if you want to boost your pipeline even more and you want to get some deals going without the lead split, you can get those same exact leads that we're giving you from our ad campaigns. You can pay for them up front so you get more of them and you don't have to pay a lead split on them. Now, another way to work leads in our system is if you're purchasing leads already from any other sources, you can import those leads here with the webhook that we give you, and we give you the instructions here for you to be able to actually import them in real time. So maybe you already get leads from Zillow or LendingTree or something like that. You can use the webhook here to pull them into our CRM in real time. So as soon as it comes in from that lead source, it goes into your CRM. So it's already there. You're notified by the CRM. So you can call them and quote them and do everything just like any other lead coming into our system here. So basically every way there is to work leads possible, we have that for you here in our system. So the last thing we'll do here is turn it over to Jose. So Jose, our sales manager with 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor, can talk a little bit about how this all comes together to actually close loans, and then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Well, what you're definitely going to get out of here is you're going to get a bigger lending footprint, more opportunities to close more loans, especially when you couple that with the technology and the leads, right? That's where it all comes in together. You're going to go from just dealing locally in your market to hopefully dealing nationally in all the markets that we're licensed in and all the national business purpose type loans that you do. So if you're too hyper local, when the local economy may suffer, no worries if you have those multiple licenses, because there's always people looking to get loans. So that's definitely one of the big benefits. Then we were talking about the support, right? Tying that all in together, because it doesn't really help you if you come on board and then you're struggling and spinning your wheels trying to put it all together and close loans. So we definitely have the support for that. We have our team leaders, right? The tech is great. It alerts you as soon as a customer submits a loan application. It also alerts your team leaders. It alerts management. We all know you received that loan application. We're all sending you emails with some advice on which, some initial advice. And then you set a meeting right there, a nice link in that email. So you can set a meeting with your team leader to go over the loan structure, make sure you're in the correct trajectory, right? You don't want to go off on a tangent and then use all this energy to have to bring the loan back into the path that it should have been from the beginning. So that's really important, the mentorship you're going to get, receive there. And if it's a non-del loan where we're the lender, you have intake processing, which is going to register the loan for you in the portal, going to submit the loan to underwriting. You don't have to worry about going into any portals, registering, uploading documents, none of that. It's all done for you on the non-del loans. If it's a brokered file, you have to handle that on your own, but you still have to meet with the team leader to review the disclosure and approve it, just like you're going to meet with the team leader to review the disclosure in the non-del file, and they're going to disclose it for you. You don't have to worry about doing that. It's not done by a processor, you know, somewhere out there. It's your team leader and you get together face to face, go over the file, everything looks good. Let's just close it. You sign your packet, your part of the app right there. Customer signs, it goes into intake. Once intake is cleared, processing is assigned, and then they're alerted when the file is approved and update the CRM for you, and then you start working on the conditions together with your processor. Now that's for non-delegate, where we're the lender, we have in-house processing. When it's a brokered file, you can either do it on your own or you can get a third-party processor, which we do have a couple of companies that we've already approved for third-party processing use. Not a requirement ever to use a third-party processor on a brokered file, but the option is there. So how does this all come together? Well, I'll give you the example. One of our MLOs, she was pretty new to the company. She'd done just agency loans. She signed up for a lead plan. Her own lead plan received a great lead, right? It was a nice size amount, 85 LTV, investment property, 740 credit, however, had been denied by another lender somewhere else. They tried to go full doc. So her and I met. She brought all the docs to the table. Full doc was definitely not an option. After we reviewed bank statements and all that, we realized bank statement was not going to be an option, but profit and loss was an option, right? It was a perfect solution. She was able to close this file in 3 weeks and 2 days, including a transferred appraisal, right? And that happened through that initial meeting, and then we had a couple of additional structure meetings that we did and walked her through the process, and she closed her, I think it was $1,056,000 loan, made her 1.5% there. So that's basically in a nutshell how it all works together and how it should work together. If somebody seeks the assistance, does their own research before showing up to the meetings, and end up closing dollar loans like that, that they would not have been able to close otherwise. And those are typical stories here at the Mortgage Calculator. I'm actually in the Zoom room now for special support from 2 to 6 as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys there, structure your loans, and get to a happy closing.
All right. Thank you, Jose. Okay, last thing to go over here, and then we'll open it up to questions. You can go ahead and drop any questions you have in the Q&A section there. And so when you are ready to move forward, you're going to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. That's where we're at right here. We'll put the link in the chat as well. And you're going to sign up for the plan that's applicable. As Nick was saying, if you're an active loan officer that's closed at least 6 loans in the past 12 months, you can sign up as a senior loan officer. But if you're not there at the moment, you would come on board as a loan officer until you have the history of closing 6 loans in the past 12 months, and then you can upgrade to a senior loan officer. So go ahead and sign up for the plan that's applicable at the mortgagecalculator.com/join. What's going to happen is once you fill this out, it's going to take you to sign the initial compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. It's going to send you an email with a copy as well. So don't worry, take your time, look it over. But once you do sign that initial agreement, that kicks off the next steps. We'll send you all the information for us to get your employment documents and sponsor your license and all that kind of good stuff. So first step is come here, sign that initial agreement, and then we will reach out with the next steps. Now, with that being said, we'll go ahead and get into the Q&A. Go ahead and drop any questions you have